Hello, people. It is currently August 12th, 2024 at 11:45 a.m. We are currently tracking PTC 5, soon to be named most likely Tropical Storm Ernesto, sometime tonight. As you can see, here is the latest NHC cone updated 45 minutes ago, with tropical storm warnings now in effect for the Leeward Islands, Virgin Islands, and Puerto Rico. The storm is still moving in a westwards direction and is expected to take a sharp northwards turn around Wednesday night after approaching, possibly making landfall in Puerto Rico. Taking a look at the key messages here from the latest discussion update, the NHC is expecting the storm to reach tropical storm status sometime tonight, and for parts of the Leeward Islands to possibly get extreme rainfall and tropical storm force winds within the next 24 hours. Another interesting development is a westward shift on the track, with even some parts of the Dominican Republic now having a possibility for some impacts if this trend continues. As you can see here, the ocean temperatures are currently extremely hot, with the storm being surrounded by 30-degree waters, which is 86 Fahrenheit for Americans. Not to mention the Gulf of Mexico, with some spots reaching 32 degrees or 90 Fahrenheit. But that's another story. Moving on to the intensity forecasts here, there seems to be not a strong consensus, but there seems to be an upward shift with the trend here, with a handful of models even implying a Category 3 further down the line. Regardless of intensity, though, the main concern for the storm will be flooding, with some parts of Puerto Rico forecasted to get 8 inches of rain, or around 200 millimeters. That is more than enough to cause some dangerous flash flooding and mudslides in the area, especially with the mountainous terrain. Anyways, circling back to the track here, models are quite certainly forecasting that the storm will impact the Leeward Islands and Puerto Rico, with possible impacts in the Dominican Republic further out. Further out in the future, Bermuda may even get some impacts. According to a handful of models over here, you can barely see it, very tiny. Speaking of the models, let's take a look at some. Here is the HWRF model, over here, HWRF, which is being a little bullish like normal, suggesting as low as 950 millibars, which personally I find a little excessively low. Nevertheless, HWRF is showcasing the storm possibly making landfall on some islands before passing Puerto Rico to the east and intensifying as it moves to sea. As you can see here, if we rewind back a little bit, making landfall on some of the Leeward Islands, possibly some of the Virgin Islands, while passing east of Puerto Rico and intensifying further as it moves north. Taking a look at the GFS model, sometimes referred to as the American model, which has suddenly shifted far west, even making landfall in Hispaniola, but has weakened the storm intensity significantly. As you can see, it moves here, but now is making landfall on the Dominican Republic over here, the island of Hispaniola. But it's only showing an intensity of 997 millibars. That's, I would estimate, around a Category 1. Meanwhile, here's the ECMWF, sometimes referred to as the Euro model. This model is staying pretty still and sturdy with its old forecast, but it has also weakened the storm too, showing it with 10 millibars. I think that's a little high. I don't think it's going to be that weak, but it is showing it weaker and still like normal, passing a close pass east to Puerto Rico before moving north. Anyways, for now, that's everything that's happening with the storm. I will be sure to make a new update tomorrow, and thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.